In the sun-kissed hills of Bethlehem, a young shepherd boy named David looked after his father's sheep. He was the youngest of 8 brothers, and his days were filled with the simple things: his flock, his sling for protection, and his heart for singing praises to God. He learned about courage not in a battlefield, but by facing down lions and bears in the wilderness. Little did he know, his quiet life was about to be interrupted by an adventure of a lifetime. Far away, the army of Israel stood frozen in fear. Before them stood a giant named Goliath, a fearsome warrior who mocked them day and night. His voice thundered across the valley, challenging them to send a champion to fight him. Every soldier, including King Saul, was terrified. No one dared to face him. Then, David arrived at the camp, bringing food for his older brothers. When he heard Goliath's taunts, he wasn't afraid. He was indignant. "Who is this man?" he asked. To defy the armies of the living God, he saw not an unbeatable giant, but an opportunity for God to show his power. He refused the king's heavy armor, feeling clumsy and weighed down. Instead, he walked to a nearby stream and picked up 5 smooth stones. That was all he needed. As Goliath lumbered forward, snaring at the young boy, David ran to meet him. He loaded his sling, shouting, "You come against me with a sword and spear, but I come against you in the name of the Lord Almighty." He swung the sling, and 1 stone flew straight and true. It struck the giant square in the forehead, and Goliath crashed to the ground, defeated. A huge cheer erupted from the Israelite army. A shepherd boy had done what an entire army could not. David's bravery earned him a place in King Saul's court. His beautiful harp music would often soothe the king's troubled mind. But soon, Saul's admiration turned to bitter jealousy, and David was forced to flee for his life, hiding in caves and living as a fugitive in the wilderness. Through all these trials, David's trust in God never faded. He poured out his heart in songs and prayers, known today as the Psalms. Years passed, and after King Saul's death, the people of Israel remembered the brave shepherd boy who had saved them. They called for him to be their leader. David was anointed king, not because of his own strength, but because he was a man after God's own heart. He led with justice, celebrated with joyful worship, and his story became a timeless testament. From a humble shepherd to a celebrated king, David's journey shows us that with faith, the smallest among us can overcome the greatest giants. It proves that God equips the faithful and lifts up the humble, turning ordinary people into instruments of His extraordinary plan.